A much smaller field of presidential hopefuls face off tonight for the final Democratic debate before the Iowa caucuses. Just 6 candidates are gathering in Des Moines. That is the smallest number yet on a debate stage. Taking the stage tonight, former Vice President Joe Biden, Senators Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Amy Klobuchar, former Mayor Pete Buttigieg, and businessman Tom Steyer. And joining me now with a preview is Matthew Continetti, founding editor, that is, of the Washington Free Beacon. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about the significance of tonight's debate. What do the candidates need to do?
Well, I think they need to attack each other. We've had a variety of debates up to this point. This may be the most important debate yet, with only three weeks to go before the Iowa caucuses. I think Joe Biden needs to reassure Democratic voters once again that he remains their best bet to defeat Donald Trump in November. And then I think you're going to see Bernie Sanders take the fight to both Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren in order to break out of the pack in Iowa.
Yeah. Going into the debate tonight, a lot of attention has been focused on that private conversation between Senators Sanders and Elizabeth Warren 2 years ago, in which Sanders allegedly said that a female candidate couldn't win against President Donald Trump. Do you think we're going to see them go after each other tonight, or do you think the focus is going to be on Joe Biden?
It's hard to say. One thing, when in doubt, the Democrats will go to identity politics. So that's what you see with Elizabeth Warren. I thought it was interesting. She's not picking any policy fights with Bernie Sanders. She's not saying that his socialist policies are too radical for the country or will lead to his defeat in November. Instead, she's saying, he picked on me because I'm a woman. With Biden, I think there will be policy contrasts. With Warren, it will be identity politics.
Turning to Capitol Hill now, the House is expected to vote tomorrow on a resolution appointing House impeachment managers and then transmitting the articles of impeachment to the Senate. It's still unclear if we're going to hear new witnesses' testimony as part of this trial. How important do you think this is, if at all?
Well, I think witnesses would be a major development in the story of Donald Trump's impeachment trial. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, because you have to remember witnesses are a double-edged sword here. The Democrats want to hear from figures like Joe Biden, but the Republicans want to hear from someone like Hunter Biden. And so the question is, do Democrats really want to take that risk, right? And I'm not sure we're going to see that in the end. But that will be a vote that will take place after the initial arguments are made.
All right. Any final thoughts when it comes to the impeachment?
Only that the very urgent impeachment that needed to be conducted within the space of 6 weeks has now been on ice for a month, and I think it shows how unserious Nancy Pelosi has been throughout this whole process, and I think that hands McConnell an advantage as the action moves to the Senate.
All right. Thank you so much, Matthew, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Matthew Continetti, founding editor, that is, of the Washington Free Beacon. Thank you again.